Hello, welcome to the last edition of Pump the Brakes in Palm Harbor, Florida. My name is Eric Evans. I'm the host. Finally joined by Ham. Welcome back, man.
Hello.
It's been quite some time here.
Yeah, it has.
You're done with all your vacations. That's good to know. Good to
I'm
know.
broke.
Today's episode, we will be discussing what happened during the winter meetings in Major League Baseball. The best and worst signings, a little Week 14 recap in the NFL, Monday Night Football tonight, and I need you to talk me off of this cliff that I'm about to jump. I'm about to go all in on the Arizona Cardinals. I need you to talk me out.
Irony. Cliff, huh?
Oh, yeah, that was a pun. You got it.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
that's
And it is Mailbag Monday. First, I have to say, and I wanted to say this a while ago, but I figured I would just wait till the winter meetings concluded.
Okay.
Fucking Trey Turner is a Philadelphia Philly, and I couldn't be more excited.
Yep.
Now, I will say that the entire city of Philadelphia knew this was going to happen when Bryce Harper was on the broadcast with McCarthy and Kruk, the Phillies broadcasters, and he said, yeah, Trey Turner is my favorite player in Major League Baseball, and I can't wait to play with him again. And boom. First big signing of the offseason, Trey Turner's a Philly. And I know you don't care about baseball, but the Phillies are back.
Is it? Do you just want to say the Phillies are good, so you can spend the next 8 months roster baiting? It's football season.
It's already known.
Okay. Well, they have a good lineup.
They have a great lineup.
Their pitching, their bullpen's terrible.
That's definitely the weak link. There's no doubt about
World
that.
Series. Well, let me fix my mat real quick.
Oh yeah, no, do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
Not that this couldn't happen before we recorded, but that's fine.
Well, all right, I'm back.
All right, let's go. Judge returned to the Yankees, 9 years, $360 million.
Horrible contract.
Ironically, is less than I thought he was going to get.
It's $40 million. How much did you think he was going to get?
Well, I thought he was going to get
30 years old.
No, I thought he was going to get more years, which would have led to more money total.
The Yankees should have re-signed Judge 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I saw A-Rod talking about this the other day, how they just kind of backed themselves into a corner. Like,
here's
let him go.
Go ahead.
Well, they couldn't let him go. I mean, you can't let him go. But now how many baseball contracts have worked out where you're paying a guy $40 million a year into his age 39 season?
None.
Zero.
Yep. But at the same time, listen, if you're good at age 31, 32, 33, 34, I don't care about 39 right now. I care about the next 5 right now.
Okay, well.
So he'll be fine. Although, I don't know who tweeted it out, but somebody said only one player like over the age of 35 at 280 pounds, with Judge is like 270, has ever hit a home run in Major League Baseball. And that one player, Bartolo Colon.
Hello.
But yeah,
I just think the money could be spent much better.
Of course, it always can.
And the Yankees are just they're still not positioned to make a run. I don't know what they don't understand. Their front line pitching's horrible. Their bullpen kind of stinks. They're very top heavy in the order. I mean, we talked about their front line rotation last July, talking about, you're going to trot Cortez out there as your number one and try to go up against Verlander and the Beavers of the world. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, well, I know that Cole is the one, but I understand what you're saying.
Cole, yeah, but to be fair, hell, I think Cortez's numbers were better.
They were this year. They are definitely a regular season built baseball team, and
they're not a postseason baseball.
Like you said, we hit on that 6 months ago.
Plus that crackerjack park they play in. I mean, you just leave so much up to chance when a pop fly can literally get out of the park.
It's so stupid. It's the worst.
Well, it's the second worst. The Trop is the worst.
No.
Any stadium where a ball can hit a rafter, and it's ridiculous.
DeGrom got 5 and 185 from the Rangers, which, again, I said it last offseason, the Rangers, even though nobody expected them to be good, and they really weren't, but as a fan, if your team is giving Marcus Semien $150 million, I think it was 180, honestly, and Seager, they're giving him that contract, and then now DeGrom, at least they're trying. So, yes, thrilled as a Rangers fan.
The Rangers are going to be better off with the new stadium. I forgot where I heard this, or I was talking to somebody, or may have listened to it. I think just a Rangers fan told me this. It's like it's hard for us to get free agent pitchers at the old ballpark where during the middle of July the on-field temp's like 120 degrees. Nobody wants to pitch here. So now they have the indoor stadium or retractable roof, whatever you want to call it, basically indoors. They're gonna be well positioned to get more of the DeGroms of the world. So yeah. So that's a good deal for them. The Rangers are going to be sneaky, man. They were feisty last year. Feisty. They were pesky. I bet against them several times and lost. So.
No. I like feisty. The pesky is reserved to one singular team, and you know what team that is. The pesky Marlins.
Yep.
So as a Philly guy, and I think Trey Turner, I picked him to win the MVP before the season started. He got 11 and 300, and then the Padres come back and so they offered Turner $41 million more, and he chose Philly. So they give Xander Bogaerts 11 and 280.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love Bogaerts. I think he's incredible. Yep. He's probably a top 15 hitter in baseball. I don't think that's crazy to say, just overall hitter. Mm-hmm. To get $20 million less than Trey Turner got, like, kudos to his agent, because that's very good on them. That seems like an overpaid just knowing what Turner got.
I feel like the gap between Bogaerts and Turner is certainly more than $20 million.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a good deal for him.
The Mets replaced DeGrom with Verlander, who's getting $43 million a year.
That's unbelievable for a guy that's going to stink in the playoffs.
Listen,
if they make the playoffs,
the Mets are about to have a payroll of like $340 million this year.
Yeah,
and their team got worse.
Steve Cohen's one of the richest owners in sports. Period. He may be the richest. Well, you got Ballmer out in the Clippers, so he's Microsoft. I think he is the richest.
They're spending all of this money and getting worse. Like, I think we'll get into the best and worst signings if you want to. I mean, we could do it now.
No.
The worst.
Season.
What?
It's football season.
Okay. The worst signing has been Brandon Nimmo. He got like 8 and 150.
Good heavens.
Yeah.
That's nothing compared to what some of these fringe fucking bench NBA players get.
Oh, well, that's the difference between having a salary cap of $150 million and rostering 12 guys. Like,
crazy.
The math is just different. But I do just want to hit on Josh Bell. 2 years, $33 million for the Cleveland Guardians. By far the best signing this offseason. I fucking love that. I don't know why, if you're the Padres, you're trying to dish out all this money. Like, why you couldn't just re-sign Josh Bell for that when you have a glaring hole at DH or even first base, whatever. I don't know. The Phillies are going to be fucking awesome, and I can't wait for March. And it just hit me like 3 days ago is now I'm missing spring training here.
Do we have to listen to 5 months of this shit about how great the Phillies are going to be?
Oh, it's going to be.
Remember last time you packed your bag, they let you down, just like they always do.
The fact that they got that far was not a letdown. I needed that so badly. Okay. What a run.
What a run.
What a team.
Team of destiny.
They were. Tell me why the Patriots are 2-point favorites on the road at the Cardinals.
Because of Cliff Kingsbury. This game was in New England. I think it would be a 5-6 point game. Kingsbury is a walking fired man. He's done. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I went into an absolute Bill Belichick tirade 2 weeks ago. I just think he is massively overrated. But I'm pretty sure Bill, with 11 days off, can out X and O Cliff Kingsbury. But we'll see. I've never been a big trend better, even though I pay for this stupid newsletter every year. I don't know why I do it. I think just to feed some friends' old habits.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about that newsletter? Do you want to?
Nah, I mean,
give him a shout out.
No, and It's like he's got all these trends for tonight, like Bill Belichick off of a loss playing an NFC West foe is 13-0 straight up. He also had fucking Tom Brady. So tell me what he did with Mac Jones. Like, I don't want to hear Bill Belichick trends from the past 15 years when Tom Brady was trotting his ass out there. Bill Belichick is 74 and 84 without Tom Brady. That's bad.
Well,
That's
not good.
Not good. And to
No,
get fucking some of these games where his defense, he's supposed to be this defensive genius, is just out there getting fucking undressed. But with that being said, I did take the Patriots tonight.
okay. Well,
I don't know why. I have no clue why. The under is probably the best play.
I want to touch on that. And again, I've seen some numbers that other books change. Like I saw it was 2.5 a couple minutes ago.
I took the Patriots money line, minus 135.
There's nothing worse than when somebody's telling you about all of these trends, especially in college football. Like, and if you're, it's a completely different team.
The roster changes literally every year.
Every year. I hate that. And
trend betting is, I think, the stupidest thing you can do.
It is literally the
because, like I said, every Belichick trend is going to involve the fact that Tom Brady was the starting fucking quarterback.
Yeah, Brady, Gronk, Moss. Yeah, of course they did great.
Well, they've got Mac Jones, Devontae Parker, Jacoby Myers, who I don't think is playing tonight.
He's not playing tonight.
Ramondre Stevenson. It's a fucking joke. And Matt Patricia calling plays, which, by the way, is maybe the biggest malpractice in the history of the National Football League. If any other coach did that, they'd be fired right now.
See, and let me everything you're fucking saying right now is just I like them. I like the Cardinals even more now.
Yeah. I don't know why I bet the Patriots. I have no idea.
I don't like Cliff Kingsbury. I do like Cliff Kingsbury. I think he's a little in over his head.
Yeah, he's fired. He's done.
Now they got Hollywood Brown back healthy. They got DeAndre back. Like, the offense should be good. There's no reason for this offense not to be able to succeed.
Well, Kyler's a little overrated.
He's
closer to being like the 15th best quarterback in the league than he is like the 8th or 9th.
Yes, I will agree with that.
No.
I will agree with that. But I think I can say that, and like the 15th best quarterback in the NFL today is not as bad as the 15th quarterback in the NFL was 5 years ago. Like, the quarterbacks are just better now. There's good quarterbacks in the league.
Well, you can think high school and college. Very good. Everything's geared towards the quarterback now.
Right. So I think Kyler's still good. And he has, we kind of said this about Jalen Hurts. Like, you put everything around him to make him good. And that's worked. Now, I think everybody will agree that Jalen Hurts right now is better than Kyler Murray. I don't think that's up for debate.
That's not even close.
But with Hopkins and Hollywood, and I know Ertz is hurt, but they drafted Trey McBride in the second round. Like, he's supposed to be a talented prospect. James Conner doesn't suck. I'm going to get a home dog team going east to west. Like, I know they had a bye week, but I would honestly consider taking the Cards like as a 3-point favorite. So yeah,
I'm counting on the legacy of the greatest coach of all time.
I hate that you're doing that.
And I do too. I don't know why I'm doing it. I feel like the under. The under is going to be the public play of the night. That's the only reason I'm not taking it. But I don't know. Now the Patriots do have one thing going for them. They have a great defense. They get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Kyler is the number 30th rated quarterback in the NFL under pressure. Not good under pressure at all. So. To me, there's a very specific model. There is one way the Patriots have to win a football game: run the ball, kill the clock, play defense. That's it.
They can do that.
Beat nobody this year. Not one time have they beat a team that scored over 17 points. They have not won a game. So they have a very one-way path to victory. So we'll see. I hate that I'm doing it again. I teased them against the Bills. They didn't even come close because they just are so inept on offense. But it goes back to my point. Josh McDaniels had Mac Jones in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
A great coordinator, coach, can take shit and at least elevate.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia can't do that. The guy's he's a defensive coach and not even really a good one at that. I mean, it is what it is. And they make him a play caller. He has took Mac Jones and drug him down with Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Which goes to an even greater point of I can't wait to see Sean Payton in the Chargers next year with Justin Herbert. That's going to be amazing.
We'll get there towards the end of the podcast.
Can we just talk about how good Justin Herbert is real quick?
He's,
There's 4 quarterbacks in this league and almost 5, but there's 4 for sure that are just fucking better than all the rest right now. Can you name the 4? Obviously,
Mahomes. I know you think he's overrated, but Josh Allen is still there.
Yep.
Burrow.
Yep.
And right now it's Jalen Hurts.
I would say Herbert. Hurts would be my fifth guy, fringe wise. I
Oh,
just
well,
think that
I was including. I thought we already had
Mm.
Herbert in that list, so those are
Yes.
fine. And you
Yes.
know what? Lamar's in that conversation too.
But I think right now that those four, Hurts, Herbert, Allen, Mahomes, are just a level above
And Burrow.
Hurts and Burrow.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
You said
Allen,
Hurts.
Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert are one level above like Hurts, Lamar,
Yeah.
whatever your Dak, whoever your next tier guys is. Herbert, let's just put this into perspective. Joe Lombardi sincerely may be the worst play caller in the league. And that's with Nathaniel Hackett in the league, by the way.
Oh, that's
He may be the worst play caller in the league, and
Buddy, that's
Justin
a lot
Herbert
of
puts up fucking numbies. Like, unbelievable. And Brandon Staley is obviously a defensive coach. He gets Sean Payton seriously, and this could happen. I mean, if I'm Sean Payton, that's a no-brainer, right? Like, I know the Saints own him, his contractual rights,
Right.
but fuck it. If I'm the Chargers, here's the first. I don't care, whatever you need. Get this fucking guy out here. Herbert is a generational talent.
Yeah.
Guy makes throws that Mahomes can't even make. He makes some stupid throws.
Yeah.
So
He probably has the second best arm in the league.
I feel like if Peyton does get to the Chargers, that we will be talking Mahomes, Herbert, like in the same literal breath. Like these guys are just completely interchangeable.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of doing that coming into the season, though. Like,
right. Well, yeah, could you imagine Herbert with
Herbert's arm talent? Like, yeah. Nope, no one's doing that.
And if his supporting cast could stay healthy for 1 year.
Yeah, well, that's never going to happen, which is exactly why I tried to talk you off that. You are all in on the Chargers coming in, and on paper, every fucking year, they are
best roster in the league.
Every year. And then week 3, they're playing with 18 backups, and you can't do it. For once, I will pat myself on the back for not getting sucked into the Chargers fucking hype.
They still could if they could make the playoffs.
They can.
I don't think anybody wants to see that team round 1. Depending on health.
I don't know. I'm not buying that right now. And I do also want to throw a caveat because I understand the conversation we were having, but like as long as Aaron Rodgers is in the league, like if we're talking just strictly talent and not who you want to build a franchise around now because of his age, like he's still the fucking best.
No, I'm talking right now. And Rodgers is not more talented than Mahomes. Mahomes does things on football fields that just they're literally video game. Like the throw he made, the underhanded sidearm.
Stupid.
That's just there.
I know. All right. Well, I just want to throw the caveat that yes, okay, 27-year-old Mahomes is more talented than 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
But I think
let's not forget
in each of their primes that Mahomes is the more talented quarterback. Dude, you realize Mahomes has been to 4 straight AFC championships? Mahomes has never lost a division road game. He's 15-0. That is fucking unbelievable.
He's
rewriting the book of quarterback. 4 straight AFC championships.
That's incredible.
That's unbelievable. 2 Super Bowls, won an MVP.
Sounds like Donovan McNabb.
15-0 is a road division road. That's to me, Mahomes is he's the next level. He'll be the best quarterback to ever play the game. I don't want to hear about Brady's got 7 Super Bowls. I don't give a fuck. That's a team accomplishment.
Well, and
also look at the Patriots Super Bowls in the beginning. It had nothing to do with Tom Brady.
If you want to tell me that Brady's legacy is going to be better, that's fine because I'm not going to predict Mahomes is going to win 6 more Super Bowls. That's just absurd. But yeah, if we're going strictly on talent, I don't know if Brady's in the top 5.
I agree with that.
Like he might be 7. Let's not think he stinks. But all right. Anyway, we digress.
Awful. Yeah.
You are on Pat's money line. Did you look at any prop bets or anything? Because I got a couple here.
I like Devontae Parker over 39.5 receiving yards.
God, you love the fucking Pats.
I just like the Pats tonight. I don't think Arizona has they don't have anything to play for. And the Patriots.
Well, hopefully they're playing for their coach's job and
give a shit.
Tyler's second. Well, I guess not a second contract because he got paid already. But
he already got paid. Yeah.
I love Hollywood Brown tonight over everything.
Jesus.
56.5 receiving yards. So this has been a theme with me. I love the talented number 2 wide receiver on a team that's really like a top 20 player. Devontae Smith, Hollywood Brown, T. Higgins, who we'll get into T. Higgins.
I don't think that Hollywood Brown belongs in the same breath as those other two guys you just mentioned.
Oh, my God. I would take Hollywood Brown over Devontae Smith today. I honestly, as an Eagles fan, think Devontae Smith is one of the more overrated players in football.
Maybe but T. Higgins is like – T. Higgins is wide receiver 1 on 20 teams in the league.
T. Higgins is elite, which is why I love all of his props, because he's always significantly lower than Jamar Chase.
Right.
So those are the guys that I love to bet these overs on. And Hollywood, 56.5 yards. I love it. Hopkins, who's been a target whore, respectfully. I probably shouldn't have said that word.
Respectfully.
A target hog. I'll edit that out. Over his 6.5 catches. Love it. And then if you parlay Hollywood and Kyler to score a touchdown, it's 12.5 to 1.
We know not much of a prop better.
Kyler get a rushing touchdown.
Okay.
Hollywood with a touchdown. I love it.
Okay. You going to bet tight end first TD in primetime?
I was looking at the odds. These are two teams that don't have very exciting tight ends, but Hollywood is 11 to 1 to score the first touchdown.
I saw a guy that loved Hunter Henry to get a TD tonight.
Just a straight up TD?
Just
Not
a TD.
anytime?
Not anytime, just a straight. I'm trying to find the odds. Let's see.
Dude, listen, tight ends in primetime, it's a thing. I promise. I'm going to make a vow here.
Hunter Henry plus 340 for an anytime TD.
What is it for the first touchdown?
If he's plus 340 anytime, I got to imagine he's like 20 to 1 for a first.
Oh, it's probably more than that.
Could be. Arizona's allowed the most passing yards and touchdowns and tight ends to the league this season. So
they're the worst. This is like 3 years running. They're the worst team defending the tight end, which is so weird because you would just think Isaiah Simmons can just do anything.
They also have Budda Baker, who's the best safety in football.
Yeah, I love the Cardinals. They might be the most underachieving team this year.
I mean, the Cardinals played I think almost all the season without 3 starters on their O-line. In fact, I was watching the in-season Hard Knocks the other night, and then when I had the Rams and all these parlays to beat the Cardinals, even had them parlay with Tony Finau, who won a golf tournament.
Oh, boy.
And the Cardinals were starting 4 backups on the line, and one of them was a guard who was a 7th-round draft pick who literally said on Hard Knocks, I didn't think I was going to play this year, to block Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald got 0 sacks. Just can't make it up. Just can't even make it up.
No.
Yeah. They got
you got any more bad beat unlucky stories you want to share with us, or you just want to say that for a different time?
I don't know. I'd have to think. I mean, I haven't really been doing too much betting here lately because the run's been so horrific.
Well, look at you being responsible and not trying to win it all back in the next night.
I just got to go 7-0.
Personal growth.
1 7-0 March, and I'll be back.
Well, it's 6-0 now, right? You just got to win 6 more.
I actually did go 7-0 on a free bet parlay, and it was only for like $500. The free bet was $500.
You pissed me off. All right. I want to do one little quick hit from each game.
Okay.
For all of the notable games, because there's some game I don't give a shit about.
Can we talk about how good Trevor Lawrence is first?
Yeah. I went in order, but we could start there. Yeah.
How good has Trevor Lawrence been lately?
In his last 5 games, 10 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing, 0 interceptions, averaging 272 in the air. He's back. They are 3-2 in those games. I know they lost to the Chiefs, and I think the Dolphins. I could be wrong on that. I didn't write that down. I know they're 3-2 in those 5 games, however.
So they're not really in the playoffs, but they're not really out of it because the Titans are really trending down right now. The issue is the Titans have a very easy schedule upcoming. Yep. But the Jags will be a team I will be watching for next year.
Yeah, wait till they fucking get Calvin. They get Calvin Ridley in that lineup next year.
That's right. They have a good roster. They always make moves in the offseason, and Doug Peterson is a good coach.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on.
That is a team that I will be watching in 2023 and moving forward because –
listen, if we're doing pump it and dump it and we got the Jaguars, I'm pumping it. I'm all in.
I like it. Their arrow's pointing firmly up, in my opinion. Yeah, Lawrence has been a monster here lately. I mean –
and
finally.
In like the same conversation as them, like the Detroit Lions, that light is at the end of the tunnel. You can see them improving.
Yeah, I'm
Dude, they're close.
I don't know about that.
You
Their
can-
defense is still really bad.
It's bad.
I'm not sold on Dan Campbell at all. I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. For one thing, the Vikings are just vastly fucking overrated. They might be the worst 10-3 team in the history of football, and that's no bullshit.
Yep, but you already hit your overs. You're good.
So you're looking at they did boat race the Jags. They kept it close with the Bills, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in on the Lions. I think their defense stinks. And
Again, I don't
yeah,
think
I see a better roster in Jacksonville. And I know
Oh.
Jacksonville is going to make moves in the offseason because their owner is always fucking making moves.
Well, the main difference between the two rosters, well, there's two. Obviously, the defense in Jacksonville is much better than the defense in Detroit.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. And obviously, Trevor Lawrence is now and should continue to be significantly better than Jared Goff.
Yes.
But you get a healthy DeAndre Swift, you get a healthy Jamison Williams back now, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like they got pieces there.
Pieces.
They have
They're a ways off on defense. Their defense is really bad.
They're the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, they're bad. But look at Lawrence, dude. 13 games, 3,200 yards, 66% completions.
Yeah.
20 TDs, 6 picks, a rating of 95.
And hey, this is the difference between going from Urban Meyer to Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
Like
That's
night and day. It's night and day.
Yeah, Doug Peterson's very good.
So just to piggyback off the Lions point, little hot take. We're talking about all of these fantastic receiver duos. St. Brown and Jamison Williams, man, that's going to be the next hot duo.
Yeah.
Now, that's not going to be better than Chase and Higgins. It's not going to be better than Waddle and Tyreek. But when you start seeing who are the best duos in the league, they'll be on the list. They'll be at the bottom of the list, but they'll be on the list. They're good.
Who do you think the best duo in the league is?
I mean, right now, you have to say it's Waddle and Tyreek.
Oh, I'd take Chase and Higgins off.
I think it's Chase and Higgins. But I mean, listen, you don't have a whole lot to argue on my side right now with the Chase injury, and because people.
I think it's interesting. I was watching a video of a guy who breaks down film this morning, and he's talking about how the Dolphins like to do pre-snap motion, send Hill in motion, kind of let him run a wheel and then a dig to the middle of the field, and then Waddle will run that same dig at a different level. And basically, the Chargers just said, "Fuck it. We're going to play inside out. You're not getting the dig. We're going to take the dig away. We're going to cheat the safeties, and we're going to just box off the middle of the field."
And they did. Waddle had one catch.
They did. McDaniels comes back. Obviously, McDaniels maybe the
best coach in football right now. Not even close. He's the best.
Comes back and says, "Okay, they're not going to give us the middle. We're just going to take the out." So they take the out. Waddle and Hill are wide open, and Tua just straight. He can't make the throw. He can't. They say that's the toughest throw in the NFL is a deep out. Like it takes an Allen, a Mahomes, a guy that can really deliver the football to make that throw, and Tua won't throw that ball. So
I'll tell you this:
I think that McDaniels is covering up a lot of shit for Tua.
Yeah, and we
not buying the Tua hype at all.
Oh, stop! We like Tua.
I like Tua.
We were on Tua all offseason.
I like Tua, but he has some severe limitations to his game.
If the draft was different and they took Herbert instead, like there was a throw last night that Herbert made, I think it was like on a third down play to Keenan Allen, and it was only like a 10-yard route. But it was literally in the only spot that Keenan Allen could like one-hand it, and he started pointing back at him.
Yeah.
Like Herbert in Miami, they would be the best team in football.
Yes. He's on. I mean, I know I love Joe Burrow. I'd take Herbert over Burrow. I would. I mean, if they're the same guy, basically, I think the physical tools on the ceiling on Herbert's much higher. His ceiling is like top 5 QB of all time.
He's physically more talented, but Burrow just has that. He just got that it, dude.
I guess
he's got that Brady it.
He's got unbelievable weapons supporting cast.
Well, of course. But I mean, like, I think this Burrow Herbert is going to be like Brady Rodgers. Like, if you're going to tell me,
I can see that
Aaron Rodgers is like that, yes, Herbert is more talented. I'm not going to argue that. Like, Rodgers is more talented. I will stand on the podium and tell that to the world. But Burrow and Brady, they just have that swag. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. They just have it.
Well, when you start arguing that level of QB play, you're really going to have to nitpick to figure out.
For sure. Yeah.
Which
we're
one you
talking
want.
the third best and the fourth best. You got to nitpick somewhere. That makes sense.
Kind of like what if Mahomes was in San Diego dealing with Lombardi and Staley, and Herbert was with Andy Reid and Kelsey and Tariq for all these years.
Yeah. I think obviously Herbert would be elevated there, but I think like a guy like Mahomes, like he's just going to be good no matter what.
He's unbelievable. I just love watching Patrick Mahomes play football. It might be one of my favorite things to do. And it's so sickening because my Saints almost got him.
Oh, yeah.
Sickening.
Speaking of Mahomes, do you know who is the Vegas MVP frontrunner right now?
A guy that was given out on this podcast by yours truly at 30-1. And then I didn't bet.
Yeah, now he's minus 115.
Yep. I gave out him MVP, Jalen Hurts, and I gave out Eagles 30-1 on the Super Bowl or 25-1 on the Super Bowl, and I bet neither.
Jalen's a fucking dog, dude.
Yeah, he's really good. He also has a really good coach, Sirianni.
Bro. Yeah. Boy, we'd and I say we as in the city of Philadelphia, we're not thrilled with the Sirianni hire. We're not thrilled.
Well, y'all are completely wrong.
Yep. And I will admit it. I love him. The team loves him. They, like you said, they're a fucking wagon, bro.
The Eagles are built for the playoffs. Built for the ball. If somehow the NFC Championship, which is a very likely scenario, is San Francisco going to Philadelphia for the NFC Championship, that is going to be a fucking war. That is literal brick wall meets brick wall. Let's fucking figure it out. Let's see. I hope that game happens so damn bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Because that is strength on strength right there.
Yeah, I need that.
But I tell you, nobody wants to go to Philadelphia in January in 28-degree weather and bang it out with the Eagles.
Listen,
because they've got the ability to just line up and just run it down your throat.
If you thought Citizens Bank Park was a fucking, from Nick Castellanos himself, was a jungle, wait till we get an NFC championship at Lincoln Financial Field. You think the bank is a jungle? Just wait. That place is going to be a fucking madhouse.
I can tell you right now, nobody wants to go, and they're going to have to because they're going to get the 1 seed and the bye. Nobody wants to go up there and try to bang it out with Philly in the cold.
Listen, they technically have a 3-game lead on the Vikings. Right now, they technically have a 3-game lead on Dallas. Like,
it's a foregone conclusion.
It's over. It's over. Are they the best team in football?
It's just so hard for me to believe that Jalen Hurts is going to be able to line up across from Patrick Mahomes and outduel him.
I agree.
I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but man, that's really
in a neutral field. The Chiefs are favored.
Absolutely, they're at least a 3-point favorite.
Would the Eagles be an underdog against Buffalo, who I think again was unimpressive? They have their win. Listen,
5 weeks ago, yes. Right now,
a bad win is better than a good loss, but they just look blah.
Yeah, it's because they play outside and fucking 40-mile-per-hour wind and snow and all this other shit. By the way, the Jets have a very good defense. The Jets might have the best defense in the league. So,
I mean, outside of San Francisco, they're
outside of San Francisco, of course.
Yeah, they're awesome. And Mike White, what balls does that guy have on him? Like, I love Mike White. Yeah. There's no reason that dude should have come back into the game, let alone come back in, get hurt, and then come back in again.
Yeah, I don't know. Just looking at the AFC, man, I tell you, Cincinnati's sitting out there and they still got some decent value, and nobody talks about it, but they have a fucking fantastic defense. And you have Burrow still. That AFC is going to be a gauntlet. That's a gauntlet.
Listen, I said in the text thread today, I get the Bengals 9-1 to win the Super Bowl right now. I love it.
Yeah, I like that. The only thing that concerns me is that run through the playoffs. That's going to be a tough run.
Yep.
And at some point, I have to just imagine that Patrick Mahomes is going to beat the Bengals. Like, they're not just going to keep beating them. But with that said, I mean, right now, Burrow and Bengals own the Chiefs.
Own them.
Own them.
Um,
But I mean, listen to this AFC, dude. You have the Bills, Dolphins,
Yep.
Chiefs, Chargers, Ravens, Bengals. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, one of those teams is not like the other, and I'm so fucking sick and tired of them.
Is it the Dolphins?
No, I'm so sick of the fucking Baltimore Ravens.
No, the Ravens.
I can't stand them.
Well, hell, they gutted one out.
They did.
Lamar.
So for my little note for the Bengals, are they the second best team in the AFC?
They may be the best. I mean, they keep beating the Chiefs.
People are asking me. I have been asked multiple times by multiple people. Are you ready to admit that you were wrong on the Bengals?
Yes. Well, I said that on Twitter 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, to be fair to me, that was a very emotional financial loss week 1 when I was on that tirade.
Well, let's also be fair. You are usually emotional and go on tirades very easily.
I still think that Burrow has his ceiling. I just don't see his ceiling as I did. I said the 4: Burrow, Allen, Mahomes, Herbert. Of those 4, I'd have Burrow ranked at 4. Not that that's a bad place to be. I mean, that's incredible, but
pretty good.
I just don't see his ceiling is just not as high as he can't do some of the things that those guys can do. Now, those guys, at the same token, don't have the mental side that Burrow has.
I was just going to say
but,
that.
I mean, yeah, I said he was overrated. I was wrong.
Now,
to be fair, the first couple of games he stunk.
You were correct. I think still, I think you could still say the Zach Taylor,
yes,
they would be better with a different head coach.
Absolutely, 100%.
Zach Taylor has impressed me more this year. Following up his Super Bowl run, they didn't just shit the bed. Week 1 sucked. Correct. Burrow threw 4 picks in week 1 and has been ever since.
Imagine that.
Yeah, week 1. we don't have to talk about that story again.
To rehash that
one. But yeah, we don't love Zach Taylor. I think their ceiling is limited with Zach Taylor as opposed, if Mike McDaniel was in Cincinnati, they might be the best team in the league.
I would kill to see Mike McDaniels with a legit elite quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not kidding when I say he is 100% hands down. I don't want to say the best coach, my favorite coach in the NFL, but he might fucking be the best.
The best coach and the guy that should win Coach of the Year. No, which Vrabel is a great coach, by the way. Brian Dable.
Yeah,
the shit he's done in New York is nothing short of incredible.
Yeah, you called it.
So, yeah, this is a Daniel Dimes podcast.
That it is. Dallas had to come back on the Houston Texans. I think they had to score 10 in the 4th to come back and win that game. And, of course, ESPN still has them as, the fucking favorite with their shitty fucking algorithm to – I don't know if it's to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl or to literally win the Super Bowl, but I don't know what the fuck they are doing mathematically there, but it's wrong.
As the playoff picture stands today, the Cowboys would have to go to Tampa round 1.
Yeah, and they would beat the shit out of them.
No, I would take Tampa.
No chance.
I would. I think Tampa would be favored in the game, to be honest with you.
No way. I hope they are. Dude, the Bucs are fucking awful.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with the Bucs because their defense, you put the Brady stuff aside, their defense just should not be this bad. I don't know why it is. They're talented, so I'm not sure what the issue is with them.
Here's what pisses me off.
But they looked bad. Now San Francisco is very good.
Of course. You shouldn't lose by 4 fucking touchdowns with Tom Brady against Brock Purdy. But we can talk about Brock Purdy in a little bit if you want. The thing that pisses me off about the Bucs and their fans mostly, which are a lot of my friends are Bucs fans. 24 fucking months ago, we have 3 of the best coaches in the league. We had Todd Bowles, we got Brian Leftwich, all going to be head coaches. We got Bruce Arians. This is so good. So 2 years ago, they had 3 head coaches. Now they have none. Now they just hate everybody.
Yeah.
But listen, Todd Bowles used to coach for the Eagles. He fucking sucks.
He sucks.
He sucked then. He damn sure sucks now.
Typical, you're in the fraternity of coaches, you can just get a job.
Yeah. And hey,
Who stinks?
what have you said, all off season and leading up? If you are an offensive coordinator to Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Aaron, you're probably not actually that good at your job. You just have a good quarterback that bails you the fuck out.
Yes.
Guess what?
See Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers.
45-year-old Tom Brady is not 43-year-old Tom Brady, which sounds a little weird to say, but that's 2 years. That's a big fucking difference. Brian Leftwich, you're not a good fucking coach.
Yeah, he sucks.
You had Tom Brady.
He's a horrible play caller.
Horrible.
Yeah.
They're in fucking shambles. And I know
I'd still take them to beat the Cowboys. Huh?
I have personally given them the benefit of the doubt, through 3 weeks, through 5 weeks, through 8 weeks. Hey, they got Brady. They're hurt. When they get healthy, they'll be fine. They're not going to be fine. They're going to get shit-housed in the first fucking round of the playoffs. They got
I disagree. I think if it stands as it is and Dallas comes to Tampa, I think Tampa's going to win that football game.
Okay, well, let's put it on record now. I'm not drinking milk on the podcast, but if that game comes to fruition and we will do something. Yeah, we'll do something. I'll take a Timberwolf or something. I'm not ever.
You like Timberwolves?
I like it more than milk.
I don't know. I promised myself I wouldn't get into this if the Bucks barely skated through and had good odds that I'd bet them to win the Super Bowl.
Stop. There's no way. You can't do it.
Convince myself that Tom Brady's going to do Tom Brady things. But if you ever just watch them play, it's like painful watching them play offense.
They're not good at anything. So I had
it takes them like 7 minutes to score a touchdown. They just dink and dunk it down the field. It's
like, what do they do well?
Well, I wanted to say play defense, but that's not the case anymore.
They don't do anything well. They're a bad football team. The Carolina Panthers are a game behind them to win the division. Think about that.
Well, how bad is that? That division's so fucking bad.
Think of how badly we think of the Falcons and the Panthers and the Saints. And they only have a 2-game lead on last place.
Yeah, the Saints should have won. The Saints should have beat them.
Oh, they.
If Allen wasn't the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, they would have beat them.
They fucking suck. They fucking suck. They suck.
We'll see. We'll see how that shakes out.
I do one thing again. I've been wrong on a lot of things this year. Saints specifically.
Yep.
By far my biggest whiff.
Okay.
This is more of a fantasy thing, but. Welcome back, J.K. Dobbins, my baby.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. 15 carries,
you just said yards, you hated the Ravens. You were tired of the Ravens.
Oh, I am, but I love J.K. Dobbins. That was my league winner. And
you did say that. Got you on the
right time for the playoffs. Never a doubt. J.K. Dobbins, welcome back.
There you go.
Off the list. We love the Niners. I said it for weeks on end that they were my Super Bowl. That Eagles fan here, and I said the Niners are the best team in football, so they should win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Garoppolo gets hurt. Brock Purdy comes in, and they get better, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, Purdy can honestly do some things that Garoppolo can't. He made some throws up the sideline yesterday that Garoppolo couldn't make.
Surely a rookie that was the literal last pick in the NFL draft is not going to take this team on a legit Super Bowl run, right?
No shot.
No shot.
No shot. They have no shot. They have no chance.
No chance. I know it would be fun to see the NFC Championship that we just talked about, but there's no fucking way that's happening.
I could see them making that game, but I don't think they're going to go into Philadelphia with a rookie and beat the Eagles.
No.
I mean, it's not like the NFC is loaded with
the NFC is
terrible.
teams.
I mean, the Vikings, they're frauds. They stink. The South is a disaster. The West outside of the Niners is a disaster. And it's the Cowboys, the Eagles, and whoever comes out of the Commanders and Giants. So
yeah. So listen, playoffs start today as is. They would play the Commanders. They would host the Commanders. They would steamroll them.
They would smoke them, yes.
Smoke them. You would take Bucks over Cowboys. I would take Cowboys over Bucks, whatever. Giants, Vikings, your literal 2 favorite teams. Wow.
Yeah. Giants would win that football game.
In Minnesota?
I don't care where they play. Minnesota is the most fraudulent team in the history. They are the worst 10-3 team in the history of the NFL. I'm not afraid to say that.
Their point differential is -1.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
Not as bad as Tampa's.
Well, they're not 10-3. Like to be
That's true.
10-3 and have a negative point differential is
Three division leaders.
That's probably unheard of.
3 division leaders have a negative point differential, by the way. The Titans are -35. That is like unheard of.
Unheard of.
Think about that. -30.
Now, if you tell me a team is 7-6 and has that, okay, I could see that. You get blown out a couple times, you win a couple close ones. I get it. To be 10-3, you are supposed to be considered one of the elite teams in the league. And there were people literally telling me that they were still the best team in the NFC, even though, like, at the time, their one loss was to the team that was ahead of them. So for people to still tell me, nope, they're better than the Eagles haven't played anybody, even though they played them and beat them. To be 10-3 and have given up one more point than you have scored has to be unheard of.
It is. I mean, we're in uncharted waters. Uncharted waters.
All right. So in theory, the Niners would have to play the Commanders.
Yep.
And then one of,
Bucks,
Vikings,
Cowboys,
Giants.
Oh, yeah. Vikings, Giants.
They would play the Giants. The Eagles would play the Giants. So they would play the Bucks. Yeah, dude. Okay. So they actually have a pretty easy road to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine taking Brock Purdy on the road to Philadelphia and then winning that game. They would need the Eagles to probably get upset by somebody, whoever they play. So,
well, they would probably need somebody to be injured.
Yes,
but Jalen. They would need Jalen to get hurt.
Correct.
All right, so they're not that. We already talked about Mahomes. This was, I almost said Russell Westbrook. Russell Wilson's best game of the year. It's still not good enough. They still.
Yep.
Although another one of my fantasy favorites, Jerry Jeudy, finally coming back, scoring 3 touchdowns just in time for playoff time. Love it. Love to see it. And then the last thing I wrote down was Herbert going bonkers, but we kind of already hit on that.
Yep, I truly believe Sean Payton's going to be coaching the Chargers next year. He has made too many hints about how bad he wants to get back into football. I think he saw the writing on the wall of the Saints, right?
Yep.
No first-round pick, no hope of any quarterback coming in. Let me take a year off, and basically I'll just pick where I want to go, right? Like, what if he wants to go to Arizona with Kyler? Like, what if,
Well, the low-hanging fruit this whole time has been him going to Dallas, which unfortunately would.
Yeah, but if Dallas wins 12, 13 games, I mean, they can't fire McCarthy.
No,
if anybody was going to do it, it would be Jerry Jones, but
yeah,
that'd be wild. And plus, if I'm looking at it objectively,
all right,
there's no better spot. Do what?
It's already 48 minutes in. I feel like we just started. Yeah, no, the Chargers makes perfect sense. Like, obviously, listen, if I'm any coach with a talented quarterback, like, yeah,
my career, baby.
I want Sean Payton. I would fire Zach Taylor yesterday 100%. To get Sean Payton in there. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Obviously, you keep Andy Reid.
Yep.
Shanahan, McDaniels,
McDermott in Buffalo.
I'm not sold on McDermott like some of y'all are.
Well, I'm a big
fan. I think that Dable would and is coaching light years around McDermott, his former boss.
He's definitely doing. He's not doing more with less, but he's doing like as much with his coaching.
I'm just saying there's been a regression with Buffalo's offense.
Yeah.
Between Dable and obviously Ken Dorsey. That's just one coach is here and one's here.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, Peyton pretty much over every coach in the league except for like 5.
Yeah, but like if I'm Jacksonville, I'm not firing Doug Peterson like that. It's obviously working with Trev. I'm not doing that. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. We were all pretty shocked when Peyton called it quits anyway. At least I was. I know you're more in tune with the Saints than Peyton.
I think he saw the writing on the wall. I mean, the Saints are like future long-term prognostication are in a fucking bind because they mortgaged the future a couple times to make a run.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
No.
And the cap sucks. The draft assets suck. Like the only team that's probably in worse shape is the Rams.
Yeah, but they got their Super Bowl, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm fine with that. Well, let me ask you this, because again, I didn't take into account the coaching change, obviously, as much as I love the Saints coming into this offseason. Saints have Sean Payton. They're not 4-8 or 4 whatever they are.
No.
Yeah. So
well, they definitely win the game against the Bucs. I mean, that was just coaching.
They probably would be leading the division. Now, they might not hit all of the overs that I love, but
I don't know what made you love that so much.
The roster is just unbelievably talented.
The most important position in the league, they're awful.
Well, I mean, yes, with Andy Dalton. Yeah. But I guess I just took into account that, with Winston, I just didn't take into account how big the coaching would have an effect on their play, which is, hand up, that's on me. Like, what was I?
Goes back to the point I've made 10,000 times. You cannot have a defensive coach in today's NFL.
Yeah, it's over. All of these, there's people that want the Eagles defensive coordinator as head coach, Jonathan Gannon. And I'm thinking, I would never.
No.
And he might be a great coach and know all the X's and O's and do this and that. Because he's going to go to a team that has a high draft pick. Like, I'm making this up, but like the Houston Texans, if they fire their head coach and they hire some defensive coordinator and then draft CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, like, they're fucked.
Well, you just see like you saw Dennis Allen the other night. The defensive coach is going to call the game not to lose the game.
Right.
Just how they're programmed.
But that does not work.
It's like they asked Vance Joseph about Patricia calling plays. He said, yeah, he calls plays like I would, like a defensive coach would. Like, don't turn the ball over, kill the clock, have long possessions. That's just how they're going to call the game. That's how they've, always done things. So
yeah.
You can't have a defensive coach in the NFL these days. Can't just keep it down.
It's fucking incorrect. All right. We're going to do the Backroads read and then Mailbag Monday. It's already been 52 minutes.
Jesus.
I know. We're popping off. It's like we never left, dude. Today's episode is brought to you by the premier clothing brand choice for any outdoor enthusiast, Backroads Apparel. Whether you chase the migration, live life at full draw, or just enjoy going to the camp to crack cold ones with friends and family, Backroads has a design that fits your lifestyle. Represent the brand that prides themselves on being authentic and original. Head over to backroadsapparel.com and grab your gear today. Be sure to use promo code PTB during checkout to receive 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's backroadsapparel.com, promo code PTB. Uh-oh, what's going on here? There we go. We're back. This is not a mailbag question, but this was a photo that I just received from Chris Crane.
Huh.
The most passing yards, first 3 seasons in the NFL.
Justin Herbert.
Number 2, Andrew Luck.
Yes.
12,957.
Yep.
Number 1,
Justin Herbert.
13,060 yards.
With Brandon Staley and Joe Lombardi. So there you go. That tells the story right there.
Also, caveat, Mahomes didn't play his first year. Lamar wouldn't have been there. He sat out first year, basically. Wow. But I think, the next quarterback is just going to do it and over again. All right. Mailbag fucking Monday. The last Mailbag Monday in Palm Harbor, Florida.
Wow. The end of an era.
This question, there's 2 questions.
Okay.
They're from Nick. Shout out. Best tailgate, food, and game.
Mm-hmm. Like, you mean like game to play at the tailgate? Or like game, like the actual game going on?
I would assume a game to play at the tailgate.
Well, usually I'm at a tailgate. I'm not playing games because I'm watching football. But if I had to pick cornhole, definitely, just because it's fucking easy to just get it over with.
No doubt.
Best tailgate food. Wow, what a question. I
That
went to an
pasta lie,
LSU game. I went to an
that
LSU
pasta
game.
lie that Ashton made was
Yeah, that was
exquisite.
good.
That was good.
I went to an LSU game once, and they were. It was like a kind of a more uppity tailgate, and they were shucking raw oysters and serving them on the half shell and char grilled them. So, that's kind of tough to beat, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's not very common.
Okay, simplicity, just like some fried fish. Just keep it simple.
Okay. All
Just
right.
a little fried fish, maybe some gumbo if it's cold, something like that.
Okay. There is a right answer here, and all of those answers are wrong.
Okay.
The best food at a tailgate is fucking none. I'm drinking. I'm not eating at a tailgate.
Man,
I'm fucking drinking.
something to coat the stomach.
No.
Oh, I didn't even fucking say wings. That's unbelievable. Yeah, of course, chicken wings. Chicken wings is the GOAT football food.
At a tailgate, though?
I don't give a fuck where it's at. If I'm watching football and I got chicken wings.
Listen, if I'm at a bar, yeah, I'm eating chicken wings, but no, I'm not eating at a tailgate. I'm fucking drinking.
Some people like to be responsible.
I had one bite of a pancake. That was shout out Matt making me a pancake shaped like a you know what male genitalia, and I swallowed that shit whole.
Okay,
but that's all I ate.
Okay.
The best game is obviously cornhole, 100%.
Gotta be cornhole. Quick, easy, to the point.
You know what the worst fucking game is, and this is directed directly at Kevin. If I ever hear Thunderstruck again, I'm gonna karate chop him right in his fucking neck.
Man, I love Thunderstruck.
I will never do that in my life, ever again.
Yeah.
Nick followed up. Gun to your head. Where's Brady next year?
Tampa. Man, there's a lot of smoke about San Francisco, but I just don't see it. What are they going to trade for Brady?
They got Brock Purdy, man. They don't need him.
Yeah, Trey Lance is coming back. I'm not. Nah. If I'm San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan can make anything worth a shit. So
as we've seen.
Yeah. Be another one I'd love to see with a great quarterback.
There's some damn rumors that he might go back to New England.
Nah, I don't see that.
I don't either.
I don't see it.
Yeah, gun to my head, Tampa, I guess not really a hot take for a 45 is that he's done.
Yeah, he could retire. He's like this year.
If they don't make a coaching change and I'm Brady, I'm good.
Brady loves Bowles. That's why Bowles is there. That was handpicked by Tom himself.
Well, hopefully he can admit a mistake because this is not working.
That would be nice.
I know it's in division. Sean Payton in Tampa, that would be fun.
Nah, Peyton's not going to go take over with Brady at 46. Not when you can have your pick of the litter of the young bucks.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. I bringing it up. This question is from Barrett. He wants to know, what day should I expect to never return to Zachary? For those of you that don't know, I'm going to be bartending at a restaurant that is opening up in Zachary, and apparently he's very afraid of my drinking habits.
As he should be.
Which is fair.
Fair.
So a week from yesterday, tomorrow, I believe, is going to be my first shift at this restaurant. Tomorrow. A week from today, the next Monday.
Next Monday. So you're flying in Monday through Wednesday.
I'm driving my Jeep up Sunday.
And leaving it.
Flying.
You're going to get a U-Haul.
And then I'm bringing a U-Haul up with the rest of the shit.
I got you. By the way, the U-Haul is probably more reliable than your Jeep. That's crazy.
Well, funny story is not funny to us because we just know how life works. Is I went to one of my mechanics, just to get some new brakes.
Yep.
Get a little travel check, make sure
everything topped off for the road trip.
Simple. Yeah, just simple stuff. Well, apparently my mechanic, I don't know if he got deported or if he just moved to Spain, but he's not there any longer. I tried to call him 3 times today and just said, this phone number's out of service. This phone number's out of service. I'm like, it's kind of weird. Maybe, I don't know, I'll just drive by.
Yeah.
Everyone's packing up his shop.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Is it though?
No.
No, it's not.
I didn't blink when you said it.
No, never fucking fails. This really isn't a question, but this is from Joey, and he said Brock Purdy looks kind of Purdy playing.
It's good.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, if that's the last pick in the NFL draft, and you're coming in and literally winning 2 football games, thrilled. You got to be thrilled if you're a Niners fan right now.
Certainly do worse.
You could certainly do worse.
I still can't wait for Trey Lance to come back and play football, though.
Oh,
man. I'll be buying that hype next year. Sorry.
Yeah. Pump it or dump it. Niners are probably going to be my Super Bowl pick next year.
I may throw down some Trey Lance MVP tickets, too.
And listen, we've seen Trey Lance play like 3/4 of football.
Yeah, everybody's like, he's bust. He sucks. I'm like, the dude hasn't even fucking played.
I know. I love him.
As do I.
They're all a lot of people I've seen like try and redo that draft and what quarterback would you take where? And everyone's got Lance like back of the line.
That way you haven't really seen enough, but
I would rather the unknown of Trey Lance than like Mac Jones.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. That's not even a question.
No, it's not.
Jesus, damn New England line just moved right when I was looking at it.
Oh, boy. Is this a mailbag question? Am I allowed to ask this? Okay. All right. I got a live question. Live. This question is from Haley.
Okay.
So theoretically, you have your favorite statistical good team full of people on your fantasy league versus the Eagles.
Okay.
Do you still support the Eagles or do you support the better team? I think she's saying if I had fantasy players playing against the Eagles, am I rooting for them or am I rooting for the Eagles?
Okay.
First things first. As much as I love the Eagles and want them to win, my favorite team is whoever wins me money that week.
Yes.
Sometimes it's the Eagles. Sometimes it's who the Eagles are playing. Sometimes it is fantasy related. But my favorite team is whoever wins me money on Sunday. For the most part, I know the Eagles better than I know every other team in football. You just know your favorite team more.
Okay.
So I know the games that they should win. And I have a pretty good idea on games that they should lose. And I am not afraid to bet against the Eagles to win.
Yes. You have to.
All the time.
You have to bet with your brain, not your heart.
All the time. And people make fun of me all the time because if the Eagles are in the NFC Championship game and they're playing the San Francisco 49ers, guess what? Just in case, I'm probably going to throw a couple bucks on the Niners. This way, I'm either winning money or I'm going to the fucking Super Bowl.
There you
go. And I'm totally cool with that. And then if I lose the bet, then, hey, it cost me $100 and the Eagles go to the Super Bowl. I'll pay that.
Right.
$100, they go to the Super Bowl every time. But, yeah, it's all a financial thing, 100%.
I don't play a lot of fantasy, so to answer the question, I just whoever I bet on.
How's your fantasy team doing this year? Do you want to talk about it?
Well, I tried to make a splash at the end here. I was 500. You know what? Nobody fucking cares.
No, I care. I'm asking the question.
I'm not going to make the playoffs.
Okay, that's bad.
We got Travis Kelce. He's literally done 0 since I've gotten him. So that's kind of where we are. And I traded Jalen. Pretty much traded Jalen and I forgot who for Deshaun and Travis Kelce, and Jalen's just gone the fuck off. So if he was on my team, he'd suck. That just is what it is.
All right. This question is from Clay.
Okay.
Shout out, Clay. Will the next podcast be in Norwood? That's a great question, Clay. I don't know how familiar you are with Norwood because I'm not very familiar with Norwood. But one thing I do know about Norwood, Louisiana is I don't think there's a cell tower within 10 miles.
The internet stinks.
So God willing, if there's service out there, then yes, the podcast will be from Norwood. However,
I think the next pod will likely be from here.
I'm going to assume the next pod will be at Americana.
Yes.
Yeah. But, God willing, there will be a couple podcasts from Norwood. Maybe Kevin and I will get a nice Christmas tree and keep it up for the holidays. We'll have a nice backdrop. But I'm going to guess no, it won't.
Yep. Can't. Norwood service is terrible.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. My phone does not work there at all. Nothing works. And he's, oh, man, well, I got Wi-Fi. It's like, do you, though? I mean, technically,
Like broadband from
by the letter of the law, yes, you do have Wi-Fi. But it's almost as bad as my Wi-Fi here, which I'm just now realizing I didn't have my Ethernet cord plugged in here. So who knows how this recording is going to come out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Here we go.
Yep. And this last question is from Justin, although this is not necessarily a question. This is an essay. Rumor has it, Pump the Brakes is moving. Well, that's not a rumor. It's been confirmed for a month.
That's right. That is
What's
not
the
a rumor.
plan? And if everything goes as planned, what do things look like 1 year from now?
Oh, that's a spicy question.
That is a spicy question. Honestly, dude, I have no idea. I just know what I'm doing now is not working. Not that it's not working. It's not working as quickly as I would like it to work. So, as we all know, we have a mutual friend that owns an apparel company that has a very large following on social media. And I'm going to be his shadow. And I'm just going to try and anywhere he is doing stuff, I'm going to try and figure out and take notes on how he built this brand. And I'm going to try and mimic it. Because
I hear you say the words.
I know.
And I've heard you say the words, but your actions.
Well, listen, it's
a statement.
Given my expenses in this luxurious apartment, it should be a little bit easier to maintain there. Okay. So this was the plan 2 years ago. It's the plan now.
All right.
I remember receiving a text message in our group chat that this guy wanted to put this saying on a T-shirt, and he did it, and then boom.
There you go.
And boom is an understatement.
He's the richest man I know. He is surely. I mean, we could get an audience with him on a podcast one day.
You would think he wanted to build a studio. He was gonna know about it. So Josh Holdman is about to be my best friend, whether he wants to be or not.
I love it. I love your can-do words, but I want to see some actions from you.
Understood.
Justin, track record, the statement means nothing.
Justin also followed up. Will Thirsty Marlin have someone to take over for your occasional drink deal? I don't know what you mean by that, Justin. There's no occasional drink deal when I'm working. You son of a bitch. Will your friends in Louisiana still be called the LSU guys, or will they just be your friends now and will be the Florida guys or something? He says SPC guys, but that's just like a local community college here. That's actually pretty fucking funny. I don't know how that's gonna go. Why do they continue to add Fernando Tatis Jr. to projected lineups after the Padres signing of Bogarts, when there is a higher percentage of chance he misses his career with an injury? Well, that's aggressive. Rumor has it now that the Yankees are highly interested in acquiring Tatis. But given what the Padres are doing and how they're spending all of this money, I would be shocked if they trade him for this potential prospect trade. Like, they're clearly all in. And clearly the lineup with Tatis is going to be better than with any package the Yankees specifically can offer. Now, the Yankees were my favorite to acquire Soto because they do have a package that can work. But acquiring Soto from the Nationals for a team that is clearly rebuilding and a team that's going to have like the 6th highest payroll in baseball are not the same thing. So I think there's just a lot of smoke here.
14 minutes of battery, and you're using it to talk about baseball.
I'm just answering
2 hours before Monday Night Football.
It is Mailbag Monday. What's the rule of Mailbag Monday? We answer every question.
Read the room, buddy.
We answer every question.
Read the room.
And lastly, this is again from him. Lastly, a quote from Dwight Schrute. Before I do anything, I ask myself, would an idiot do that? And if the answer is yes, I do not do that thing.
Yes.
The problem with this quote is, well, another quote. This one's from yours truly. Eric Evans is an idiot.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers. Stay safe. Good luck.
Well,
Justin, I think you meant that sincerely. I'm not sure, but thank you.
there you go.
There we go.
For the man.
Couldn't ask for a better farewell.
Let's go, Pats.
Let's go.
Let's go, Pats.
Cardinals. And please, 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 subscribe, rate, and review.
Yes.
I had to buy like 8 drinks at the bar yesterday because I made everybody subscribe, rate, and review, and the YouTube channel.
Well, I've already told you, by the way, when you go work at this new bar, we're going to make this a reality. We're going to talk to management, make sure this is okay. We're going to get you a little card with a QR code on it.
Yeah.
Customer can just scan the bar, it pops up, and they just hit like, and boom, it's done.
Boom. Yep. Done.
That's so simple.
So
why you haven't done that just blows my ever-loving mind. But I only have 12 minutes of battery now left. That's not going to be enough to launch into a tirade about you.
Nope. So. We'll figure all that out now. I'm actually very excited to start at a new bar. I've only worked at one restaurant and one bar in my life. And
I will say this: the man you're going to work for is awesome.
Okay.
You should fucking love working for him.
Love to hear.
He works. He's going to expect work. And I told him, I did say this, a hand up. I said, you're not good for a lot of shit, but you are a very good bartender.
Thank you.
I stand behind that statement.
I will admit to that statement. I'm not good at a whole lot of things, but I can run a fucking bar.
I said, if you need him to fucking like market or cook, not your guy.
No.
Not your fucking guy. You need him to fucking bartend, that's your guy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have Tom Brady playing D tackle. Like,
I would hope not. Yeah. You need me to flip burgers and fry fish?
Not the guy. Not the guy. Nah.
But I can pour drinks and I can do it with a bottle of Jaeger in my system and won't even flinch.
I love it. So I think you're going to be in a great spot. I went and saw the restaurant the other day. It's a beautiful place. It's massive. Right across from a ballpark that hosts probably some of the biggest tournaments, Little League in the South. So I think you're gonna be in a good spot to network. It's what you need to do, network.
Very badly.
Yes.
We've hit a plateau in Florida. So
well, I think you just didn't have the ambition. But you know what? Maybe a new location can give you a spark of life.
Well, shout out Kevin for his immense hospitality. And
shout out Kevin.
God, we're gonna drink so much. Oh my
God.
What a do up. That'll do it. We will be back after the move. I got too much shit going on now. After the move, once I get settled in, we'll be back. Go Cardinals.
Right from this room. Go Pats.